Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to the Inchworm Show. I have a very, very special guest. Before I introduce her, I have to say, shout out to everybody who has been working very, very hard for this upcoming election. I've been working with the hashtag JustDoIt_Vote Coalition, and we've been working hard trying to get millennials out there to vote. We have held forums, we've had focus groups, we've done so many things out here in the Lake County community, and our mission is to get people like me, the age ranges from 18 to about 35, to understand who these people are that are running for office. Right now, April 2nd, you're going to be voting for people who are running for the park districts, and also the Lake County and also the school board. So without further ado, I've interviewed so many people. I've interviewed a lot of people, but I got to introduce my very special guest. She is currently on the Waukegan Public School Board, and she is going to be she's running right now to keep her spot, correct? Right. Without further ado, welcome Miss Charlotte Callahan-Wozniak.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Just fine.
Good. So Charlotte, let's take a deep breath in. Let's do some zen. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. It's all good. So thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
We're in the Wormhole studio.
Yes, we are.
The one and only, and look at you back there.
Oh, yep.
Okay, so tell everybody just a little bit about you. I want the people out there to know who you are. So just a little snippet about who Charlotte is.
I was born and raised in Waukegan. There's 8 children in my family. My parents were very committed to Waukegan. They had 2 businesses here, and they instilled in me a commitment to the community, to volunteer and do things. They were always doing things. Mm-hmm. My mom was on the park board, my parents were on the school district foundation, many different things. They ran for alderman, they didn't win, but they ran for a lot of things and accomplished a lot in their lifetimes. They Golden Deed winners and stuff, lots of things.
Mm-hmm. So you got a chance to see all of that stuff,
yes.
And that's what kind of trickled down to you.
You can't complain about your community if you don't go out and do anything about it.
That's right, Charlotte.
I firmly believe if you're going to throw negatives, you got to throw a positive.
Absolutely. So when did it start? So that kind of sparked your interest, but what was the actual thing that happened that made you say, I'm joining the school board? Like, was there something that...
Well, actually, Sonny Garza was a friend of mine, and he had talked to me about maybe running for school board eventually, and several other people had before that, and he passed away suddenly. Okay. And so when he passed away, I applied for his position. I didn't win that one, but I won the next one because somebody left a couple months later, and I was appointed to the school board, and then after that I had to run for my 2-year term. And now I'm running for a 4-year term.
That's great. And you have children, correct?
Yes, I have 2 sons that went to Waukegan High School.
Okay.
Got a great education.
Okay.
Went on to college, and they got jobs in their field.
Absolutely.
So,
can you talk a little bit about what they do? Or
My oldest one is Matt. He got a master's in athletic training.
Wow.
And he was working for the Miami Dolphins, and he just changed to working with the Raging Cajuns in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Wow.
At the University of Louisiana.
That's great. Shout out to you, Matt, right here from Waukegan.
There you go.
Absolutely. So,
and then, talk about the other one.
Okay, you can't talk about Matt. Talk about okay, go ahead.
Grant is 2 years younger, and he has his architecture degree, and he's currently working as an architect in Kenosha.
Straight out of Waukegan.
Yep. It can be achieved. You can go to college. You can get a good education in Waukegan.
Yes, I know that. I'm very close friends with Brandon Ewing, and he is a stickler for that. He also serves on the board as well, and he is always talking about there are so many great people that come out of Waukegan. You can actually become something if you if you graduate from the high school. So shout out to everybody who's doing great things. So you're on the Waukegan Public School Board. What has your experience been like? Serving on the board, just in general, how are you feeling about just your experience right now on the board?
Well, it's a time commitment. a lot of people don't realize that besides the 2 meetings a month, we also have a committee meeting. And the committee meeting is where you learn about everything that's going on, that they want to present, they're going to present a new curriculum. That's where they present it, at the committee meeting. So that's the very, very, very informative meeting to go to. And you can ask questions. The public can ask questions if they don't, they have a question about the curriculum. Is that going to be for all the schools? Is that going to be for just the high school, just the middle schools? Who's this curriculum for, and how is it going to work? The public can ask at that point.
Okay, and how many people serve on the board?
There are 7 of us.
7, okay.
And right now there's 3 positions that are open for this term.
Right, and then at the meetings, what time, when are the meetings held for people to come? And
they're at 7 o'clock on the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays of the month.
Okay.
So and then the committee meetings is on the 3rd.
And this is open to the public, correct?
Yes, everybody can attend, and in the beginning of every board meeting, and like city council, there's a 3-minute public comment time. If you have an issue that you'd like to discuss, you're more than welcome to come and present it to the board.
Absolutely. So I've seen you at a lot of the forums, including the Just Do It _Vote Coalition's forum.
And I also did the Alderman.
And you were there. You helped me find my phone.
I'll
never forget you, Charlotte. I was going crazy. I thought I was gonna die. I lost my phone, and I lost my phone again at the last one. I was looking for you. I was looking for you.
Sorry, I wasn't there to help.
It's all good. No, so I saw you at you spoke at our forums, and I also saw you at the other forum that the Waukegan High School students were having with Rita Mayfield. Rita Mayfield came and spoke. Yeah, you were there. It was at the was it at the Lake County?
No, it was at the Waukegan Council.
Yeah, it was at the City Council.
Yes.
Absolutely. So you were there, and people were asking questions. People want to know about the concerns and things that are going on with the schools. What are some of the things that have been brought to your attention in regards to the issues at the schools? What are some things that you've been hearing from the public?
Well, as most schools are experiencing in our area, we're low income, and we're not achieving where we should be, where everybody wants us to be. We'd like everybody to be an honor student, but that's not possible. There are children that are not going to achieve as high as we would like.
Right.
But we have to give them a quality education and an equitable education.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I've interviewed some other representatives as well, and they were all talking about the test scores. Why do you feel like the test scores have been low? What do you think has contributed to that?
This is not new.
Yeah.
We've always been low. When I was in school, we were low. And it has to do with I've lost my train of thought.
It's okay.
It has to do with it's not bad teaching. It's not an emphasis is not put on achieving in school at home. So if your parents aren't concerned that you're bringing home bad grades, what difference does it make? If the parents aren't behind it and pushing the children forward and pushing the children to achieve, then they're not going to achieve. If some parents would put as much energy into academics as they do sports, say, then maybe we'd have some better scores.
Okay. So I actually agree with that. I agree that everything from school to whatever, even if you are on a team or whatever you do in life, everything starts from the home.
Yes, but sports can help you with your academics. You need a release,
Absolutely.
You need somewhere to relax, renew. And I was on the booster club. I was on the booster club. I was the president of the booster club when we were having when my kids were in school, And I truly believe that sports are a positive, and they're definitely needed in the schools, because otherwise some children will never achieve at anything. I mean, maybe their grades aren't good, but they're passing, but they're achieving in basketball or whatever sport they're in, and that's their positive, and that will continue. They need the grades to continue and play basketball. So,
okay. So, what do you plan to change if you're elected onto the board this next term? Like, what are you going to bring to affect change within the school system? I mean, why do you want to have this seat again?
To help the students become to achieve. We need students that are prepared for life. And I'm not just talking about, prepared college, but prepared for military, or prepared for just to get a job. If they don't know how to balance a checkbook, I mean, I don't think anybody balances checkbook anymore, but if they don't understand how a checkbook works, and they need that information. They need to be ready for life, and we need to graduate students that are ready to be productive and contribute to our community, and get involved in our community and help do other things.
So how does the process work? So let's say I go to one of the city council meetings. I'm a parent. I'm frustrated about, the school board. I'm frustrated about what's going on in the school system. Let's say, I don't know.
Well, first you need to start with your school.
Right, you go to the
teacher.
Okay,
first.
You go to the teacher first. So if I'm a parent, I would go to the school first.
You go to your teacher first. Now, if depending on what level you're at, if your teacher is dismissive and you're not getting, you go to the next step. You go up to your counselor maybe. Then, if that's not working for you, you go to the principal. Then there's the associate principal. And then there's the superintendent.
Okay. And then what about going to the meetings and bringing up my issues at the meetings?
Yes.
Okay.
You're very welcome to do that.
So once I do that, that's what I was getting to. So once I get to the meeting and I present whatever issue I have, I speak for 3 minutes, you hear it, it's internalized. What's the process after that? What do you do as a board member?
The board itself does not have the ability to go and fix anything.
Okay.
That's the administration, the superintendent, the teachers. They are the ones. Now, if a policy comes up that is incorrect, where a student is not getting a benefit that they should, the school board will change the policy to make it so that everybody is getting the things, but getting the benefits that they are deserving. But if you're having a problem with your teacher not giving you a good grade, that is not something the board can directly affect. But the superintendent can figure out what's going on and direct a meeting to satisfy all the parties involved.
Okay. So it's of course there's a level
of
levels that you have to do, and I just want to. And the reason why I'm asking this is because people see, okay, I'm running for the board. I'm going to sit on the board. I'm doing this. I want to bring change. People want to know the process, and of course it takes time. Things aren't going to be done overnight. But I had Teresa Placencia here. She was here and she was talking about that as well. Things aren't going to happen overnight. So I just think people need to understand what the process is. So this is why I'm asking that question. I'm going to these meetings and I'm speaking up for 3 minutes. What are you doing after I do this? After I've presented my issue to you?
We, like I said, the board is involved in creating policies for the district. Okay. So if this student is being ignored and not given their benefits, their education that they should be getting, then the board needs to figure out what policy needs to be corrected, fixed, to make sure that this is not continuing. So, but the board does the what, and the administration does the how and the why and the how are we going to afford this? What are we going to do to make that happen?
Okay. Thank you so much. So hold that thought. I want to take some questions here. I got my production assistant, Shalina Rabos, behind the camera here, and we've got some comments, and I want to read them here for you.
There's no comments on
No comments. You got some other questions, though. Let's do that. That's okay. Tell me. Huh? It's okay. I just wanted to, so this is why we're live. Normally my interviews have been pre-recorded. They're pre-recorded interviews, but I wanted to go live with this. We got the election coming up very, very soon.
Yes, so I'm here to remind everybody to get out and vote by April 2nd because, as Yashin said, we want to get the millennials out and
get the millennials out.
And my son is one, and I will kick him out the door on Tuesday morning to go vote because he won't pre-vote. But I will kick him out early.
So you can definitely vote right now. But make sure you get out there April 2nd. I mean, I think people don't understand how important this is.
Oh, yes.
People have kids now. Be my age. I'm 31. Don't tell anybody. I'm 31. I know. I'm just joking. I'm 31, but I don't have any children yet. But I have nieces and nephews and people, I'm friends with friends who have children. And, they go to these schools. They go to the school system. So it's important. It's just really important. They go to parks. We enjoy the community. We want to have fun. We want to be safe. We want to have a great education. So,
but if you want your voice heard, you have to vote in the people that will express your opinion.
Okay.
Nancy Flores says Charlotte Callahan is such a great person and very active with the school district and community.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you,
Shout
Nancy.
out to her. She was great. She helped me out with the Juarez Cup this weekend.
Okay.
She volunteered when I asked her to sing the national anthem because Chief Bridges usually has somebody lined up, but nobody. It fell through or something. So Nancy was kind enough to jump right in.
Nancy can sing a little something. I gotta have you on the show, Nancy. Okay, so we got some questions. What policies could be made to help parents? I can't read this, Shalita.
Has to do better. Because she said that earlier.
What policies could be made to help the kids do better? Yeah,
she said earlier that parents need to be involved.
Yes.
What can the board? How could there be policies?
we have a new. It's called FACE, Family and Community Interaction. No, I can never remember what the acronyms all stand for. But it's growing our PTOs. Mm-hmm. It's growing interactions between the community, between the school and the parents and the kids. Mm-hmm. They're having. They went to the Bulls game a couple months ago. They mm-hmm. went to the Botanic Gardens mm-hmm. for a day, on Mother's Day last year, I think it was. So there's lots of interactive things you can do that build bonds between you, the school, your teachers, your families.
Okay. What sets you apart from the other candidates that are running for the position of the school board?
Well, I own my own business in Waukegan. Actually, it's a family-owned business. We're the third generation, and I run it with my sister. We've been doing that. My father passed away about it's more than that, years ago, and so we've been doing it on our own. And it's so I have the knowledge of a business background. I also have a community activity background. I can.
Before you get into that, what's the name of the business?
North Shore Printers. We're on the south side of Waukegan, at the south end of the Amstutz.
Okay.
And that's another one of those community things I do. My husband and Main Street, Waukegan, we clean up the Amstutz 4 times a year.
Wow.
And it's amazing how much garbage is on the Amstutz, and it needs to be cleaned up and to help beautify Waukegan.
That's amazing. And then any other programs you were?
Oh, I'm involved in lots of programs.
Yeah. I know, but you were about to list something. I interrupted you. So
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
I lost that.
I'm sorry, Charlotte. I'm sorry, Charlotte. No, I just wanted to know the reason why, everybody says, most candidates, I'm going to do this. I'm this person, and I'm not demeaning anything that you're saying, but I'm going to come in here and I'm going to change this. I'm going to do this. So I just wanted to know, what sets you apart?
I've been on the board for 2 years, and I realized that government does not move fast at any time, any kind of government. It just, we only meet twice a month. Mm-hmm. We can only vote on things twice a month. Mm-hmm. So things take a while to get new policies set. They set a new policy, we read it, and then we vote on it, maybe a month later. It's not a speedy process. Mm-hmm. But the superintendent does have goals that are set forth in Destination 2022, mm-hmm. 2022 destination, and we have brought a new curriculum. We have set a promotion policy that mm-hmm. does say that if you are not achieving in 2nd, 5th, and 8th grade, mm-hmm. you will be held back.
Okay.
Or there will be interventions in place. You can go to summer school, but if you don't meet those benchmarks, you may not be going to 3rd grade the next year.
Okay, that's good, because I heard that this has been one of the issues that the kids, they're just passing the kids and they're not meeting the standards.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think anybody should graduate from high school with a 5th grade reading level, and that is not acceptable in any way. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm a poor reader myself, mm-hmm. but I still, I have a graduate. I can read.
Right.
But a 5th grade reading level is just unacceptable. And I do have a friend that's tutoring somebody that did graduate from Waukegan, and she's helping them.
Right.
And they're willing to learn, and that's great.
Why do you think that people are willing to just go ahead and pass the students if they haven't met these? What's
why don't
the
we
underlying
students
anymore?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's called social promotion.
Right.
They thought it would damage the child's psyche if they held him back for a year, because now he's not with his buddies, he's not with his friends, and that's going to hold him back in life. Mm. And I think they've gotten over that one.
Yeah, you have to.
Yes, that's a lot of people. You need to read and you need to know math in order to survive and become career life ready. And that's what we need to graduate students that are ready for either college, military, career, and life.
Absolutely. Questions?
What are your plans on building a welcoming and supportive environment when it comes to engaging families? This is from Angela Ramirez.
Thank you, Angela.
Like I said, FACE is creating a lot of new things that haven't been there. We've got PTOs in all the schools now where we didn't have them. Now they're not all as robust as some of the PTOs are in schools. I know Greenwood and Cook Magnet have a robust PTOs. But we're trying to build that base, build that family connection, there's also the after-school grade school basketball games that are happening now. And sports, it's all sports. I think they just added baseball and soccer and volleyball this year.
What's the holdup with the lights?
The lights at Weisfield?
The lights at Weisfield. Why is it?
Well, actually, right now we have to get the community in the area to okay it.
Really? Okay,
really,
so
because I don't know, you can't just do something. You have to have the community backing.
Okay, so that's what's preventing the lights from being up. That's what I'm asking. So, because I know that that's been an issue.
I grew up with Saturday afternoon football games, so I like Saturday afternoon football games. I'm not a Friday night lights kind of person, but I understand that our conference is, and that we need to step up and get with the program, and but Weisfield is. Did you know the track is too small? It only has 6 lanes.
I didn't know that.
So
I'm a ZB. Okay, I don't know what's going on in the field over there.
Well, see, our field is old school.
Oh,
and so
man.
It needs to be totally modernized, and that means the 8 lanes for the track, And so you can't squeeze them in.
So what do y'all do with the meats? Okay, I'm sorry for that.
Well,
Go ahead, Charlotte.
we aren't allowed to hold conference try meets or whatever because we're not a big enough field.
Wow.
So it's one of those things.
Yes, Shalina.
Angela Ramirez says, what are your views on the ISBE Family Engagement Framework? What parts do you believe are implemented in our district?
Okay, I don't know what the ISBE framework is.
Okay.
All right, Angela, you got to get a little more specific.
Please, thank you.
So again, so I just wanted to, I guess people, the students, I heard the students talking about the lights at the forum, and they wanted to know what's going on. So I'm hoping.
I'd actually like to see lights at, I call it East Campus, Washington, for after the basketball games too.
Yeah.
Because it's dark and dingy between the buildings and everything and on the street, and they put them up during the sectionals, and it's just so much more inviting and welcoming.
So what is the process? How do we get it going?
Money. There's a lot of money that's involved, and we have to get the zoning and all that stuff okay, you know, because some people don't want big bright lights in their backyard.
Oh, okay.
And the loud music and the loud, the band playing it. If the game starts at 7, the band's playing at 8:30, if they have young kids, they're going to bed, and that's piped through, the area.
Okay.
I have friends that live 5 blocks away, and they can hear the band in the loudspeaker.
Right.
Like it's right there.
Right. No, I live close to, I used to live close to the field at, I went to Zion Benton High School, and I could hear it, but I just never thought, I never even thought about that being an issue. I just thought,
but if you have babies that want to go to bed,
Yeah.
or you're working the night shift, and that it's you're off schedule, it can be disruptive and not.
Okay.
And the parking, there's no parking by Weisfield.
Wow.
You're
right about that.
Because there's only that that little slice on Monroe, and you'd have to park at the Brookside campus, and people don't want to walk that far. And,
I understand.
So there's not a lot of.
One question: where would you like to see? What's your vision of where you would like to see the Waukegan Public Schools go? Like, what is it? Like, what's your vision? How would you, if you could create however you'd like to see it? What would that look like for you?
Well, I'd like brand new buildings for everybody, with wonderful cafeterias and space for studying and space for learning. Children learn in different ways. Some people are book learners. Some people are listening learners. I'm a listener. Reading and reading from a book and comprehending. I can do that, but it's not the easiest way for me. So we have to work with each student to know how they learn best and gear the system for them. Make it so that if they learn best by, on a computer, then maybe that's how their classes should be presented to them. If they learn best with a teacher in front of them, let's do that.
Okay. Question?
It's not a question. It's a comment by Desiree Martinez, speaking on the lights.
Oh, Desiree. She's a football mom.
Oh.
Yeah. She sounds like it.
She's a youth football junior Bulldogs.
She said, having the lights frees up Saturdays for the athletes to go to college visits.
Oh, that's correct.
Yeah,
There's lots of good positives, but we could play more soccer games. We could play more lots of things. And I'm not opposed to the lights. That's not that. But we do need to fix other things. The bleachers have been there. The locker rooms are awful. So we need
money.
We need money to tear the whole thing out. Desiree, do you want turf? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of turf, but if that's what everybody thinks is the best, I'm for it.
We need
money. It does cost $1 million to put in a turf field, and then there's care to take care of it. It's not just like they say, it's no maintenance. It's not no maintenance. That you do have to maintain it.
Right.
And there's a lot of work involved in that, and there's money still. Even though you're not mowing the lawn, you're still draining the field to make sure it's properly kept.
Okay.
Otherwise, it won't last as long, and then we'll have to be replacing it in 4 years instead of 8.
All right.
Desiree put some hearts up. She likes the comment.
All right, Desiree. Thank you so much for that. Make sure you share this video if you're tuned in. So I want to close, and I need you to tell the people out there, you know, why they need to vote for you, and just what's your mission? What's your mission? What's your plan? As April 2nd approaches, you've been working hard and going to all these forums, trying to get out there to the public as well as the other candidates. But just tell everybody why they should vote for you.
I put students first. It's not about the teacher getting more or it's about the students getting a good quality education, and they can get a good quality education in Waukegan. We just need more students to get the quality education that is there.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Is that a half an hour?
Yeah, yeah, we made it.
I made it.
We made it.
Well, I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous.
We gotta end. Let's end with the inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, inhale, and then we'll exhale. You did it. So you did a great job, Charlotte. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're running for office, reach out to me so you can be on the Inchworm Show. My platform is reaching out to millennials and people, just the public out here, to get your names out. People are running for these boards. You're doing all of this stuff, but people still don't know who you are.
Yes, so that's what my son said. I said, what would make you get out and vote? And he said, well, I don't really know who's running.
Yeah.
I'm like, me?
Yeah. So that's funny.
That's okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is why my platform is here, just to inform and bring people together within the community and all over the world. Shout out to the #JustDoIt_Vote Coalition, who has really been pushing millennials to get out there to vote, creating all of these forums and opportunities for people just to communicate. So our mission is to really just to get people out to vote and to know people like you, Charlotte.
Yes, well,
absolutely.
Get involved.
Absolutely.
You can't complain if you're not involved.
Absolutely. So thank you for watching the Inchworm Show. I got a bunch of interviews coming up. Thank you to my production assistant, Shalina Ramos. She's doing so great behind the camera. Follow me, share this video, and keep on wiggling. Peace out.